my gosh. We're celebrating 1 year with Will. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Come on.
You're more hyped than I am. No, I'm excited.
Yeah, Will has been our executive director for 1 year now. You haven't been here for just a year though, right? You've been here for
basically my entire life.
Quite a while.
18 and a half years now.
Yeah. We do have an archive. I've been looking through your pictures and I'm like, wow, look at Will when he first started. Little baby Will.
I was at the Fitness Warrior annual celebration this past weekend, and they had a headshot. Tiffany had put a headshot up of me that I think was pulled from our website. It's time for a new one.
Yeah, you're welcome for the one that I posted yesterday on LinkedIn because
that was new.
Yeah, and I said, wow, look at how fresh this picture is. This is revived. This is the new
wrinkles, less hair.
Hey, it was you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I sent it to Ashley. I said, look at this. Yep. I was like, this is a great little snap of Will. So there you go, updated headshot.
Perfect.
So since it's been 1 year with Will as our executive director, and he's been doing a great and awesome and beautiful and fantastic job, we're going to talk about his 1 year wins. So let's go. You think we could do 5? You think you got 5 wins?
Sure.
5 wins in the first year as executive director.
We can see we have tons of things we can celebrate.
Yeah. All right. Hit us with one.
I think number 1 is not necessarily, let's do no particular order.
No particular order. Just hit us with a win.
The ribbon cutting of the first significant segment of the Fall Line Trail.
That's a win.
Carter Park and Ashland to Woodman Road and Henrico, 4.7 miles, I believe. That's a win.
That's a win.
It's not a Will win. And I want to be really clear that none of these are like,
no.
This isn't like my own personal accomplishment.
It's a sportsbacker's win.
This is a community win. And
yeah.
I think that's part of why I love what we do, is that we do it for the community and we get to play a role in helping awesome things happen for Richmond.
Right.
So number 1.
That's number 1.
4.7 mile segment of the Fall Line, Carter Park and Ashland down to Woodman Road and Henrico.
That's a win. Star. Ding. 1 star. Okay. Another win.
Win number 2.
Yeah.
How confined am I to this timeline?
Since June 1st of 2025.
Ooh, that's tough. See, because we'd already moved into the building.
We had.
So I don't get to count that?
No.
Okay. Don't get to count that.
Well, I guess like you can. So we moved in March of 2025, but you've kind of gotten to see it flourish in the time that you've been executive director. We celebrated the 1 year of being in the building. There we go. Woo.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think,
okay.
And
that's
again,
a win.
I'm not, I'll say that it's kind of functioning how we wanted it to.
Yeah.
That's not saying that everything is working exactly as desired, but it's functioning how we want it to.
Right.
I think the staff, the meeting rooms, the layout in the building with like I think the space is working for the staff. I think that the enclosure of the drive-through lanes into this fitness studio and multi-purpose room has been really impactful.
Genius.
For us. I mean, our board meetings are held there. We've had other nonprofits hold their board meetings there. We've had community gatherings there. We've had training for our volunteer leadership for the Fitness Warrior program and Kids on the Move program. We've had all-stars sessions there with our scholarship, scholar athletes. Our event committees have met there. It is functioning the way that we want it to.
Yeah.
And that's before you even mentioned that the Fall Line Trail
is also right there. Yeah.
So I feel like that needs to go on the list somewhere.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know, when you buy a new house, but you also got a new house. When you get a new house, it's like, I don't know, I want my friends to come over and see. Like, hey guys, come look what we got going on.
Yeah.
And that's basically, we've been able to do that with everything. And not to say, like you were saying, we have so many meetings in that fitness studio, but that's not our only option. Like, we have so many other meeting rooms, which is great. Yep. Because at the old office, it was kind of like, we can have it here or.
Yeah, this just felt like a nice natural evolution.
Right.
And we do have, we have a closet full of weights and that our staff can use and that our fitness warriors are using for their trainings. And, I'd like to if I'm allowed to talk about the future,
Yeah.
I'd like to continue to see that be used more and more as a fitness space. But I am really, really happy that it's been a community gathering space, not just for us, and a training grounds, not just for us, but for other nonprofits throughout the region.
So what you're saying is we need to get back to workouts with Will.
Sure,
Let's
we can do
go.
that.
All right. Wednesday's workouts with Will. Okay. Win number 3 in no particular order.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide how much I want to lump things together or separate them out. Um, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go running races,
Okay.
and I'm gonna call out 3 in particular
Okay.
that I think have really started to hit to that really had a great year.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean that other ones didn't have great years, but the Allianz Richmond Marathon, half marathon, and 8K
Mm-hmm.
had a great year. We
Yeah.
sold out, beautiful weather,
Wonderful year.
everything kind of worked the way it was designed,
Yeah.
and we have the tagline, and people, different companies and brands have different taglines for things, and sometimes it's like, all right, that's just whatever, those are just words. But
Right.
America's Friendliest Marathon, it actually, like, it is very
Kind of is.
representative of the experience that people have when they travel here. I think the pride that locals have when they get to play host and run in their own city, like,
Yeah.
our volunteers show up, our sponsors show up. It's just a phenomenal event, and it was a really good year. It felt like a win.
Yeah. And then not to, like, obviously now we're headed into year 2, but we're so close to selling out in the full already, and it's the beginning of June, which is like, and we added more spots, so we would have been sold out already last year.
That's right.
Had we not added more spots this year. But I don't know, the races, like you said, they're just coming along so well, and we just got a good thing going on. It's
We do.
in
And
sports
and
backers.
no doubt we're riding a national trend and a national wave, but Richmond is, we continue to punch above our weight.
Yeah.
And um, on the marathon in particular is doing really, really well. And then I will piggyback that, still number 3, with the Ucrops Monument Avenue 10K.
Also doing well.
And the Atlantic Union Bank 10K Mini is that event. Really coming out of the pandemic, took some more time to kind of find its groove again.
Yeah.
And I think we've had 6 years of consecutive growth for that event. So
that's a win.
It's such a great cross section of Richmond, and you just see all walks of life out there, all shapes and sizes, and people just plugging into the event in so many different ways. Whether you're volunteering, you're cheering, you're running,
Yeah.
you're walking. This year's event was, albeit a little warm, was just the energy around this year's UCrops Miami Avenue 10K was just awesome.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the common theme in all of our races. We just were talking about this with Madeline, because when it comes to capturing like content for them, all of our races are different. You can't go out to one with the mindset that you had at the other, because it's just different. Like, everything looks different. But the energy is something that's going to be there regardless. And
Yep.
it's like, most of the time, like you said, it's the people that are in Richmond, from Richmond, that are here, that we already can count on. Like, we know it's going to be a great day. We know it's going to be a great race because our people are there.
Yep.
Our people that are at every race are there, and it's great.
Yep. And then the third kind of running event that I'll throw in there is a subset of the Carmack Staculite Run, and that's the Twilight 1 Miler.
Right.
And that's not to discount the Carmack Staculite Run. That event, Walton Park, always shows up, shows out, and that event was awesome.
Beautiful, wonderful.
Great weather, if I recall.
Yeah.
The kids on that 1 mile event they're just so joyous and so happy, and everybody at that event is happy because it's a happy, fun event.
Right.
But it's really served as a nice kind of culmination point for our Kids on the Move fitness clubs that are running and moving all fall long, to then have this kind of 1 mile race to come out and celebrate as a school, and be a part of all the festivities. That I just have really strong positive memories of the kids crossing the finish line and being out on that course over there in Mines Park in Chesterfield County.
Yeah, it's definitely a great addition, because as we know, kids can be very impatient. So if we have them waiting until the 10K in the spring.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
It's just like they're like, okay, well, hello. Like obviously we want them to stay fit,
Yep.
but they're like, okay, but we want to go somewhere. We want to do something. So it's like, well, we got something in December for you guys
Well, yeah,
now.
and I think that it's we as adults, it's good to have a goal
Right.
event. It doesn't have to be a race, but a goal, something in the future that you're working towards. And the Twilight One Miler has really served in that role really well.
Okay. Is that 3?
That's 3 events.
3 wins.
That's 3 wins.
All right. Win number 4 or a 4th win?
A 4th win.
Yeah.
No particular order.
No order.
Dominion Energy River Rock.
Right.
Just a few weekends ago, our team and our community had to navigate challenges with that event.
Yeah.
We did not have Browns Island. It's undergoing renovations,
which is where it happens.
Which is where the festival is generally centered around.
Yeah.
And working alongside Venture Richmond, Lisa and her team over there came up with really creative ways to use other riverfront space down there in downtown Richmond. A huge shout out to Newmarket and kind of working with us to use parts of their properties down there, the parking lots, the Foundry building. But huge shout out to our team for coming up with creative ways to fit in all the sponsors and the vendors and come up with new ways to activate the riverfront down there. We had Riverside Chats, which were brand new. We had, I think, expanded hikes along the trails. We added FitX, which how awesome
crazy. Yeah.
Skateboarding, which I'll admit I had my reservations about, but was such a huge hit with the kids to eventually to get out and try something new.
Skateboarding was busy every time I walked by.
We added some new disciplines for the dogs. Agility was back for year 2, and the dog vertical jump was a nice addition. So and then the use of the Allianz Amphitheater, that was awesome. That was awesome, and working with the team down there to kind of provide a really first class venue for the concerts was just great. So River Rock there was a moment on Saturday where I was walking around and I was just you have dozens of kids and families out on the river doing stand-up paddleboarding and kayaking. There was skimboarding going on. You had rock climbing going on. You had music playing in the background, dogs jumping. And I just looked around. I was like, Richmond is awesome. This is so cool that I get to be a part and really play a small part in making this happen. It's just I don't know. It is such an awesome festival and activity. And this year, despite the challenges, which I think is when kind of the biggest sense of gratitude kind of rises up in me, is that despite the challenges, kind of everything was firing on all cylinders.
Right.
It was great.
I was thinking that a lot of the times when we're changing something or something's new, it's are people going to come to this? Do people actually want to see this? And it's kind of like even when I posted the new festival layout, I kind of was like, huh,
yeah,
are they going to yell at me? And I'm sure some people were like, what? But 0 complaints. Nothing. And it was great.
And I'm looking forward to Browns Island being renovated and being able to utilize that as a venue again in the future. But given the cards that we were dealt this year, I think that Richmond showed up, and that I'm trying to think of which day it was. It was either the Thursday. I think it was the Thursday of River Rock weekend. Friends of James River Park had just done a ribbon cutting for this new natural play area.
Yeah.
Over on Belle Isle, and that's an awesome new amenity in the park system downtown Richmond.
Oopsie.
And we just have a lot of great energy and activity around the river between Browns Island's renovation, what's going on Belle Isle, what we do with River Rock, obviously the marathon finishing down there on the riverfront. It's just good to see that part of downtown Richmond kind of reinvigorated. Obviously, CoStar's investment down there. It's exciting to be a part of that re-energizing of that part of the town.
Right. And we've talked about before, just because it was changed this year and Browns Island's going to be back open again next year, that doesn't mean we're going to be taking away things that we brought on just because the island was closed. No, we tested it out. Yeah, we tested it out. Did it work? Yes, it did. Cool. something new.
And I'll continue to come back to this. I just think that physical activity is a medium to bring people together and build community and have shared experiences and shared goals like nothing else. And like that is this is not a number 5, by the way. This is just me rambling, but
Nope. Number 4.
it is it is just you just see it with everything that we do throughout the year, that when you move your body and you move your body with other people, it just beautiful things happen.
Yeah, it's fun. Very fun.
It's fun.
Let's go RVA.
Let's go us.
That's us.
Number 5.
5. In no particular order.
This is going to be a personal one.
Okay.
This one's for me.
Okay.
And it's not for something that I've done, but it is something that I consider a huge win over the past year, and that's the level of support that I have felt from our staff here. Our team has been phenomenal. Whenever you take on any new thing, new challenge, there's always doubts that are in your mind, and
yeah.
I definitely have to like get myself pumped up and be like, all right, I got this.
I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah. But that is a heck of a lot easier when you have people around you that are supporting you and that are really excellent at what they do at their own craft. And it's not that I just get to sit back and just watch everything happen, but it is so great to be surrounded by passionate, talented people in the office every single day. And then more behind the scenes, our board of directors has been, just phenomenally supportive of me and of the organization at large. And then, that bleeds into the whole ecosystem that we have with the participants and the volunteers and the spectators and the sponsors. Like, we just live in such an awesome place.
Yeah.
And I think that's a win. And I think that that just gets lost. If you don't take the moment to take stock in that and appreciate it, then that gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to say, this is not a Will celebrating something that I've done. It's just a moment to celebrate how lucky we are to live in an awesome place and contribute to improving lives and making our community more vibrant.
Yeah. And like you said, it's been just great around the office. And even I feel like that's something John always did, and like something you do as well. And it's what all of our event directors do. They're not just directing the event and then being like, cool, I'm gonna stand over here. Like, you're sweating, you're dirty, you're tired, you're breaking stuff down, you're putting stuff up, you're there for 5 days in a row. That's just what you do. That's just what you do here.
What needs to get done.
Yeah, when I was like making the LinkedIn post, I was gonna be like, and don't think just because his job title has changed that he is. And I was like, I'm getting too into it. But I was like, but that is true. Like, you are the executive director now, but you are still out there putting with your tools and doing everything else that you've always
we all
been
have
doing.
Other duties as assigned.
Other duties as assigned.
That's right.
What does that mean?
It's TBD.
Whatever you think it means.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 5 wins. I feel like we could go on and on and on and on. Just win.
Yeah, I got a lot to be grateful for, and again, I feel like I could have gone as broad or as specific as I wanted to.
Yeah.
And there's 1,000 things that I've left off.
Yes, there is.
And because we do a lot, and we do a lot of cool stuff.
Well, you do a lot. Every time I try, even trying to schedule this little interview, it's like I'm looking at your calendar and I'm like, oh my gosh, which is very important for you to build these relationships with the people in our community. Very important. But I'm like, oh my goodness, Will, do you have a spare 5 minutes for me, please?
This is I got as much time as you need.
Yeah. There you go.
There's just so much more I want to talk about.
I know. Hey, write a book.
Maybe in retirement.
Coming next year.
In 20-some years. Yeah.
Coming soon to a bookstore near you. Will at Sports Backers.
No, that is not coming soon. Don't hold your breath.
Okay. Coming at some point. Will at Sports Backers. The memoir.
No, that's not good. I will pretty confidently say, actually, I'll never say never. That's not on the radar.
Okay. You could put, okay. You just write it down, a couple thoughts here and there.
Sure.
By the end of your time here, that's a bunch of sticky notes. That's enough to make a book.
Okay.
Coming soon. All right. Well, that's Will's 1 year wins. his 18-year wins, I'm sure, could go on for forever and ever and ever, but we don't have time for that. So thank you for doing a great job in the past year. Keep up the great work. I'd give you a raise if I could, but I can't. So great job.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, bye.